Yo, hey, what's up, everyone? Coach G here. I'm with the one and only from Pello Fitness,
Uh,
Zach Pello. What's up, my dude?
what's going on? How you doing, buddy?
Man, it's so good to see you, man. It's been quite a few weeks since I've seen you, of course, since the rise of the virus. And man, I'm glad to connect with you today, especially on
Yeah.
Facebook. The last live we did, Zach, was at your home, probably a good year ago. We talked about a lot of great topics like how to stay on track when drinking alcohol and some
Yeah.
tricks and tips to staying on track when you're out and about on social events. So, Zach, first off, man, just kind of catch you up on life, man. What's been going on in the Pello household?
Well, first of all, I'm having withdrawals, Garrett withdrawals, dude. I don't know about you, man. What about all you guys? If you guys are watching this, I mean, don't
Oh,
you guys miss this guy? Especially if you get to
dude.
see him in person, man. He is awesome. So, yeah, I've just been staying really busy. I actually, obviously, this closed the gym down, and it pretty much, I mean, I was doing about 30 hours of clients a week,
Wow.
and that was all gone just like that. So I'll tell you what, it's been a big change for me going from that to working in home 100%. And I've never had to. I mean, on the weekends I work some, but have three boys run around the house screaming, yelling, crying constantly. Sometimes it's really easy, and then yeah, sometimes it's been a little rough. But I have been really enjoying being home with the family more, and spending time with them because I work a lot, you work a lot, and it's important to have that time. So that's been a little bit of a blessing. But there's also been some struggles too, right? And I think everybody's gone through some of that. So, what about you, man? What have you been up to since everything's changed? Has much changed for you?
Man, a little bit. And before I go on to that, you said two things that I really just want to pull out
Yeah,
and get more information from you on. I think that, there's two things I think that from your expertise and from what you specialize in with your coaching, I really feel like a lot of people can benefit from what you have to say. And just generally, the first thing was like you mentioned, you're kind of just counting your blessing. There is so much opportunity if you look for it in opposition. And that's one thing you're really great at with not only yourself, but also your clients, like thinking of the positive things, staying positive and just working towards your goals, having goals, not giving up despite what life is throwing at you. But another thing, Zach, I've always looked up to you because, man, you have you have a wife who's awesome and like three kids, and like you still manage, you stay in control, you're still productive. And there's probably a lot of people right now who are watching this who are in the same shoes you are, who may not be, or who may be struggling with maybe their relationships or time management. So from your experience of, being a trainer, having moved all your clients from the gym to the home to having to raise your kids full time, how has that been like for you, and what are some tips that you can maybe give to parents, to other parents who maybe are in like your shoes or similarly?
it's really interesting. I think I've kind of changed my identity to be this person
Mm,
who, when one door closes, I go through the next door. I'm always moving forward, even if it looks like crap. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if I'm tripping, I'm still going forward. I'm still trying to get to that next stage. I'm still, there's so many places to improve in our lives. And if you avoid the areas that are giving you restraint and you go to the areas that have less restraint, you feel like you're being really successful in life. And I
mm,
have a tendency to do that. And I think it's a benefit. Um, I just made a post today about a client who had in the last 12 weeks she lost 12 pounds.
wow.
She had an injury, I think, well, it was like a sciatic type thing. Then she had like a chest injury, and then she had a health scare, and then of course everything else that's been going on. And she just kept. We talked through it, and it was like, okay, we're going to adjust your workout plan. And then when she had a health scare, we had to stop working out, but she put more focus on her nutrition at that point.
Mm,
And it was like, if you can just use a dimmer switch mentality, that's my biggest thing, a dimmer switch mentality. Um, you can reduce your load on certain habits in your life that
mm,
maybe you're causing more stress right now, and you can increase the intensity of habits that are on things that are easier to implement right now.
Mm.
So as a good example, like lately, exercise has been hard for me. So I've put the dimmer switch down on exercise, but I've been able to increase other habits that are important as well
Mm.
because of that. So I'm still exercising, but I'm doing less, and I'm okay with that. So I think being kind to yourself throughout any sort of adversity,
Mm.
but just don't shut down. You just gotta like just keep the door slightly cracked while you go through this other door.
Mm. I like that perspective. It's far from that, all or nothing perspective when someone maybe will go off their diet and just give up. They stop putting energy towards that versus what you're saying is, hey, keep the light on, keep giving it energy, don't fall off, keep going, right? And I love would you mind sharing with us? I'm not sure if this is private, but I really love, because right now, I mean, to be honest, I haven't worked out in probably a week besides the home workouts I'm doing for videos. But I really, when you told me the way you're working out, the 4x4 workout system that you follow right now, could you share with us exactly what that is and what you're following right now?
Yeah. So basically, I mean, I'm not that motivated to work out. So I thought, all right, well, what's the minimum amount of exercise that will get me to do it? So if I say I only have to do these 4 exercises, I'm much more likely to do it than if I see 8 exercises I have to do. So I decided, all right, I'm just going to start creating these little mini workout plans. So right now I'm doing 3 different variations, and they, for the most part, consist of 2 leg exercises and 2 upper body exercises.
Mm.
And I mean, 3 sets of each right now for me. That's all I can mentally handle. Um, so it's 12 sets total. So today was a little different. I only did 3 exercises, but I did 4 sets of each. So I did a leg exercise, I did a push and a pull for upper body. And I'm okay with that. I'm even as a coach, I'm happy. I'm cool. I'm cool with that. That's great. You don't have to be perfect with it.
I love that. So guys, this is a person who does training full time, and you just heard him say, guys, he did 3 exercises today, 4 sets each, and he's not stressing out about, oh, like I couldn't go to the gym. He's still making good. He still did something, and that goes right in line with what you said. You're keeping that light on. You're still giving energy to this habit, allowing you to make progress versus
Yeah.
completely shutting down. I myself have a really bad habit of completely shutting something down when I'm so focused on something, even if it requires like my band's over here and I can work out like over here. Like I'm like, I don't have time for it. I don't make time
Yeah.
for it. But that's how I really admire, especially with your kids and your family. What do you think with your client? What blew up in my face was her power of persistence. What do you think? Where do you think this persistence or this relentless attitude comes from clients or from family when it comes to achieving goals?
Man, that's a really tough one. I feel like it's a mindset that has to trigger somewhere. I get addicted to progress. I get addicted to progress.
Mm.
And my goal, one thing I learned when I did a course, they talked a lot about figuring out what's your minimum effective dose to get
Mm.
results.
Yeah.
Okay. So for exercise, good example, you only need to do like 9 or 10 sets of a muscle group per week. So say you want to develop your chest, the minimum effective dose is probably going to be 9 or 10 sets of chest per week. That's it. That's 3 exercises of pushing per week. That's all to get progress. And you can do that at home. That's what's beautiful about that. Um, so once I realized like I'm addicted to progress, and even if it's micro progressions.
Mm.
So even if things are as busy as can be, you can focus on these micro progressions. And not only that, like not even progress at its outcome, but progress in the fact that, hey, I've been meditating for over a year now, almost every day a week, every day. Um, and that's because I've been doing this approach where I've been doing 3-minute meditations once a day now because I hate it right now. I hate meditating. So I do 3 minutes, but I don't feel guilty that I'm missing it because
Mm.
I'm doing it still.
Oh, you're keeping it in still, but not as
Yeah.
long.
Right. And I don't have to feel guilty about it. because I trust that even 3 minutes a day is a minimum effective dose
Wow.
that's going to still get me some progress.
So again, that's powerful. I mean, that almost is like the stem of persistence, doing something versus nothing. You don't have to be going all out. Like I know that a lot of people are frustrated right now because their life, the gym has completely shut down. And I've talked to some people and they're experiencing a lot of emotional
Yeah.
just going through a really tough emotional time because they can't get to the gym. That's a form of stress relief. And you're saying right now, Zach, that like don't stress out. Like just be consistent with doing what you can with who you're at and with what you have. And I think there's a lot of power meditation. In fact, this morning I started for my first time. Alex Povey taught me about some breath work.
Yeah.
I first heard it from Tony Robbins, but then Alex told me, and then I learned that the way he learned, this guy taught Tony. I'm like, okay, so like I went through like 10 minutes of breath work this morning from the Wim Hof method, and I did some visualization and then journaling, and it completely changed my morning. Like, I mean, I've been up since super early, and I'm still like super like for getting like 5 hours sleep, I'm pretty focused, but there's a lot of power in what you do for yourself, especially investing yourself with reading and journaling and meditating and doing some things, because that 5 minutes of exercise can completely change your mental attitude around.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely, dude. And I think one of the biggest things kind of going along with just what we're talking about now, I just thought about it and it's like there's no finish line for exercise or nutrition or meditation. All of the benefits that we do are temporary. Everything in life is temporary.
Mm.
Our flexibility is temporary. When we eat broccoli, we get these benefits, but that's temporary. And so there is no finish line with any of this. So you have to keep doing it. And the biggest thing I like to ask my clients lately is if they're frustrated because they're not seeing outcomes from their actions, I ask them, what's the minimum amount of exercise that you're willing to do without weight loss? So
Mm.
is there an amount that you'd be willing to do for just health? Is there an amount that you'd be willing to do just to feel better? And a lot of them are like, crap, I haven't really thought of it like that. Because again, I catch them. They're doing it just for weight loss. And that's where the problem comes.
Right. That's a good point, because and I don't mean to interrupt you. If they
Oh yeah.
if they stop seeing results, what stops? The
Yeah.
exercise.
Yeah. So we've got to figure out a bigger reason why we're doing this stuff. That's really the problem is that, you're going to keep doing the most important things in your life, even when things are rough.
Mm.
And because you have to, right? Well, exercise is only as important as you make it in your life.
Mm.
It's not necessary. You don't have to exercise to live your life. So you got to figure out a real reason outside of just want to losing some weight or you want to look a little better. It's got to be much stronger than that to this kind of stuff.
Guys, if you're watching this right now, Zach and I want to hear what is the reason why you strive to make some exercise. I can see your comments right now. Would love to see and hear exactly what pushes you to be consistent, because you know what, guys, I truly believe that there's a big power and push behind our why, and knowing that, reviewing that, and writing that down can really push you to places that you maybe not thought was possible. That's one of the first things my mentor taught me when I started Tandem, or about 5 years ago. That's the first thing he had me do, was like, why do you go and do this? Because if I didn't know my why, and it's funny because I gave him my reasons. I typed it up. It took me like 45 minutes. I typed it up. I sent it to him. And he's like, this is not right. I think this is not, and he started to coach me on it. He says, these aren't your reasons why. So you have to dig deep, like do it first thing in the morning when nothing clouds your vision, and really put that on paper. And I have a lot of clients, I help them write down their things they're grateful for and review that in the morning. Positivity and purpose can drive someone's life. Just like Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning, if you read that book, he had so much hope and purpose in his life, and he kept going because he believed in it and he saw it.
Yeah, it's so important. Figuring out your why. And another thing, I know you've read this too. I think it was some book we both probably read, but you have to become like if you want to be a fit person, someone who's fit, you have to become that type of person.
Mm.
Exercise has to be an important part of your life, right? You don't be the person who loses 20 pounds, like, or don't be like, I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to become the person who loses 20 pounds, because the identity is really, you have to become that. If you want to be Bill Gates, someone like that, right? You don't just hope that it happens. You have to truly become that, organized, a go-getter, someone who's always prompt to everything. You have to become that.
Mm. That's exactly right. And I will say real quickly, um, you know, uh, we had a couple comments. Luis Martinez wrote that stress relief is the main benefit he gets for exercise. His big reason for doing that, which is awesome, Luis. And Jan Forney mentioned it's just time. It's time just for her, which I think is so important too. In today's crazy world, especially now being with social distancing. I mean, those who have families, it's very hard to get you time. And so, we have Kurt Shred. Hey, you remember Kurt Shed, right? You know Kurt Shed.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So Kurt is mentioning, appreciate both of you offering positive thoughts as well as opportunities to others. In the end, we must all believe in ourselves as well as a path that we decide to take. Kurt, that is so
That's
true
good.
and so powerful.
I
That is
like it.
so
Yeah.
amazing. We have
Yeah.
Brittany. One more comment. One more comment. We have Brittany coming on. She says, "Fitness is the ability to adapt and respond. If I don't push myself and train, I lose the capacity to respond to all the things life throws at me." Such deep and meaningful
That's
responses,
good.
guys.
That's awesome. That's what I
That is
love.
incredible.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And that's the thing. I mean, if you can really look at exercise as being that important in your life, and I think that you're always going to be able to adjust to the situation and make it happen.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, we have another great comment from Jeff Cooper. He says, excellence, success, or above mediocrity, whatever, in one ear leads to excellence in another. I'm stuck in this body, so might as well take care of it. That's exactly what you said, Zach. Like, there's no really into this. It's all temporary. So we might as well do what we can as often as we can to make the most of it, right?
Yeah,
And
you
exercise
can.
is a great way to
Yeah,
adapt and to just grow stronger in life, man. So it's so powerful, man. This has been a
right.
great conversation, a great topic, man.
Heck yeah. No, I appreciate you having me. And I think just like, if we can just accept who we are and what we are and focus just on improvement in general, and then finding the improvement in the habits that you're building too. You
Mm,
have to have positivity in your life. And it's like focusing on having successful daily actions is just as powerful. Here's a good example. If someone loses weight and they don't follow the plan, and they you know what? I'm sure you've seen this a lot, Garrett. Someone will be down 2 pounds in a week or 7 pounds in 4 weeks, but they feel guilty because they didn't follow the plan to a T, right?
mm,
And so it's like the daily actions are just as important as the result in terms of how you feel about yourself. So if again, if you lose weight but you don't follow the daily actions, you feel guilty about it, even
mm.
though you lost weight. And then if you follow the daily actions to a T and you don't lose weight, you feel upset about that too. So they're just as important.
Wow, that's a great perspective as well.
Yeah. So I think that people, they need to set these goals. They need to adjust their goals, like for exercise, to their situation so they can
Yeah,
be continually feeling like, okay, I said I'm going to do 3 times a week for 20 minutes. I hit that goal. You know what I'm saying? And you've got to hit that, because if you don't hit the goal, you're always going to feel like failure,
right.
regardless of a positive outcome or not.
Exactly. And that's one thing I want to dig into. Let's say I want to hit on two discussion topics. Let's say that someone's listening today, Zach, and they're not exercising at all, zero, none, and they're not sure where to start. Maybe they think they should be doing 4 to 5 days of hit or something. From your experience, and guys, Zach has been a personal trainer for over, is it 14 years now? 15?
Something like that. Yep.
Like almost like
Something.
2 decades, guys. More like half my life. Okay, so this guy's super smart, guys. Zach, what would you recommend for someone who's just starting out when it comes to goal setting for exercise?
Yeah. I mean, the first easiest one to get someone, again, that you can never start too easy. Okay, so would be a step count.
Perfect. Okay.
Work, and I think that's a big one right now. Get outside, right? Get some steps in. That would be an easy one. And you would start maybe like 5,000 steps or something and then build your way up to 10,000. But if you truly want to like work out, I would say you start out with, like I said, probably 3 or 4 exercises that make you feel good, that you feel confident doing, and that you have the equipment to do so. And pick those 3 or 4 exercises and work till fatigue, not failure, for 3 or 4 sets each, you know? So body weight squats, push-ups off of your counter,
Yeah.
right? If you
Love
have
that.
to. And then even, you know, you could do, if you don't have any weight, you could do some Y presses, which here, I'll demo real quick for you.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man.
All right, let me see these.
Okay. Yo, live demo from Zach Pello today. Check this guy out. You're getting some free personal training right now. So guys, this is called the Y press.
All right, so yeah, that was the Y press. So you're just focusing on squeezing the shoulder blades back and together. So if you just did squats, push-ups, and Y presses, you know, 3 times a week, something like that for the first 3 weeks, like that would be an awesome start, right? Just something simple.
Absolutely. And guys, hold on. I'll be right back myself.
So yeah, you really don't need to do a lot initially. It's all about just getting the action going, guys.
And listen, you can do so many exercises with one band. Literally, you can do at least 10, probably 15.
Yeah.
And we do a lot on our pages too. So make sure you're in Zach's group. Zach gives a bunch of free, helpful content. Team Pello Fitness, right?
Yeah, Team Pello Fitness. And if any of my clients are watching, you know, definitely join the Tandem Nutrition as a
Thank you.
team.
The Tandem Nutrition team. Yeah.
Tandem Nutrition team. Yeah. Yep.
We do a lot of videos with bands just because they provide some resistance and make things a little more difficult, but they're just fun too. And I like how you said just start off with what you can do. And I think the enjoyability factor too is so important, because if you don't like it, then you're not going to keep doing it. And steps are just so easy too. In fact, I'm going to make a post. I'm going to do a video soon about like why I no longer prescribe cardio to my clients. I don't do that anymore unless I just want to. And I have some clients who are like, yo, can I do cardio? I'm like, sure. But like, you don't have to. Because like we work with busy people, and people think that you have to do cardio that's required for fat loss, but it's not. The only thing required for fat loss is it's not a gym, right? It's not some special food. It's a calorie deficit. And that is what you and I specialize in to help people, especially you help, you know, mothers, who are you? What is your
moms? Yeah, moms.
Mother seems so different than moms.
I know, right? Right.
Mother seems like she's mothering a child, but moms is like.
That's funny.
Guys, if you're a mom, go check his group out.
I mean, like seriously, like I mean, yeah, bands will work. I think the big key too is like, if an exercise feels weird for you, you're probably not going to do it. So experiment, try some different movements out. For me, squats, I don't like squats at home because I got to do like 70 of them, you know, something like that. So I do single leg hip thrusters because that's actually somewhat challenging without weight.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know? So finding those exercises that are pragmatic or that fit well for you and your, you know, where you work out at in your house, you know, things like that. It's really important.
Exactly. Guys, this has been such a great conversation. And guys, if you want to hear more information from Zach, first off, Zach, for those who are watching this, who may not know where to find you, where can they go?
They can follow me at Pello Fitness on Instagram, pellofitness.com if you want to see my blog. And Zach Pello on Facebook. Any of those will be great. I usually post on all different accounts. So definitely. And I just want to thank Garrett. He's such a awesome voice in this community and for this world. And I'm just appreciative to be friends with this guy, but not only that, be colleagues. And he's a great role model. So I really appreciate him. And even though I've been a trainer for so long and all that kind of stuff, I really do look up to this guy. He is awesome. So if you're working with Garrett, I mean, you are in like the best hands ever. I would highly recommend Garrett to anybody, anybody.
You're too kind, man. And no, I appreciate your mentorship and just, man, people don't know this, but like if we had the opportunity, we'd definitely work together in some capacity. But many people don't know this, but we're actually like, we kind of work with the same people, but I want to see you win so much too, because I believe in what you do, man. Like
Yeah.
there's not everyone I get on a Zoom call with and like talk, like promote their business, because dude, you're one of the good guys in the industry. And you do some great work, guys. So if you want to see some really valuable
Thank
content,
you.
especially moms who are want to lose body fat while living a really busy life without having to like be obsessed with counting macros, dude, Zach's your guy. And I
Yeah.
want to be Zach. I want to do a live video on Instagram with you when you have some time, whether this weekend or next week, maybe
Yeah.
a similar topic. And guys, if you want to see Zach back, if you want to see more of Zach and I talking, go ahead and comment below his name, Zach or Pello Fitness. Give him some love, because I really appreciate every time we connect. You know, I remember when he didn't have any kids, and so we talk a lot more. But man, it's been few and far between. But man, I really appreciate you and what you do for our industry,
Uh,
man, and what you do for me. So I really appreciate you, man.
well, I appreciate you too, buddy. I'm always here for you. So let me know if we'll do a live video on Instagram in the next week or so, bud.
Sounds good, Zach. Well, hey, I really appreciate your time, Zach. Hope you enjoy your night, and thank you for giving us your information for free tonight.
Heck yeah, man. You too.
Thanks, buddy. Talk to you
All
soon.
right. See you, buddy.